All right, hey everyone. Let's dive into something pretty special today. Young Thug's Jeffery mixtape.
Oh, yeah, this one's a classic.
It really is. It's officially titled No, My Name is Jeffery, and it dropped back in 2016. And honestly, it wasn't just a mixtape. It was like a full-on cultural reset.
Totally. I mean, Jeffrey really showed how Young Thug was evolving as an artist. He was already known for his trap sound, but with this project, he took it somewhere completely different. Way more experimental and personal.
Right, it was like he was breaking free from any expectations.
Exactly. And you can hear it in the music, but you can also see it. I mean, we got to start with that cover art, right? Young
Right.
Thug in that Alessandro Trincone dress.
Yeah, that image was like a bomb going off in the hip-hop world.
It was a statement, for sure. Challenging ideas about masculinity and just blowing people's minds.
It perfectly captured the whole vibe of the mixtape. Bold, unconventional, no fear. And then you've got the track list itself, each song named after one of Young Thug's idols or influences.
Oh, yeah. It's like a who's who of icons, right?
Right.
Wyclef Jean, Floyd Mayweather, Rihanna, Kanye West. Go up.
It's like he's paying homage to the people who shaped him.
And it's deeper than that, though. It's not just name dropping. The music actually reflects those influences.
So it's like he's channeling their energy.
Yeah, like take Wyclef Jean, for example. You get those Caribbean vibes right away, that smooth blend of rapping and singing. It's like Young Thug is tapping into Wyclef's musical DNA and making it his own.
Oh, that's smart.
Uh,
So it's like a tribute, but also a transformation.
exactly. And then you've got a track like Floyd Mayweather with Travis Scott, Gucci Mane, and Gunna.
Oh, yeah, I love this one. It's got that big, luxurious sound, right?
It does. The production is so rich and layered, those heavy bass lines, the horns. It all creates this feeling of wealth, status, like you're on top of the world.
And Young Thug's flow is so confident on that track.
He is owning it for sure.
Yeah.
Then you've got Future Swag, which is interesting because it's almost the opposite sonically,
Yeah. It's way more stripped back, minimal.
but it's still so captivating. And that's all because of Young Thug's vocal delivery. He can make anything sound interesting.
It's a good reminder that sometimes less is more, you know?
Definitely. You don't always need a ton of bells and whistles if you've got the talent.
And speaking of talent, let's talk about Riri. I love the dancehall vibe on this one.
Simple, playful, right. And those falsetto melodies, Young Thug was channeling his inner Rihanna for sure.
He really does have an amazing vocal range.
Yeah.
Then we've got Guap, which is a straight-up trap banger.
That one's a tribute to Gucci Mane, one of Young Thug's mentors. And it features Quavo, Offset, and Young Scooter. So you know it's going to be fire.
The energy is through the roof on that one. It's all about resilience, overcoming obstacles, coming out on top.
Yeah, it's a celebration. And then there's Pick Up the Phone, which was a massive hit.
This one blew up the charts. Travis Scott and Quavo on it again.
It's got that irresistible melodic trap sound. The hooks are so catchy, and the production is top-notch.
And from the mega hit Pick Up the Phone, we go into Kanye West, which is a completely different vibe.
This one's more introspective, but it still has those tropical undertones running through it, and it features Wyclef Jean, which is a cool touch.
It's like he's reflecting on his journey while still keeping the energy up.
Yeah, it's a great balance. And then we end with Harambe, which is such a unique track.
What do you think Young Thug was going for with this one?
It's open to interpretation, but I think it speaks to his willingness to take risks, to be different, to not care what other people think.
It's a powerful statement, especially in a genre that can sometimes feel very image conscious.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
that's what makes Jeffery so special. It's a celebration of individuality, of pushing boundaries, of being true to yourself.
Okay, so we've gone through each track, but there's a whole other layer to Jeffery that we haven't even touched on yet. The production?
Oh yeah, the production on this mixtape is insane. Young Thug brought together this incredible team of producers for this project, each one with their own distinct style.
Yeah, you've got TM88, Wheezy Cash's J, Billboard hitmakers. It's like a dream team of producers.
It really is. And they all brought something special to the table.
You can hear that diversity in the production, right? You get those hard-hitting trap elements, but then you also have those smoother R&B textures and the playful dancehall rhythms.
And it all comes together so seamlessly, it never feels forced or disjointed. It's like Young Thug knew exactly what he wanted, and he guided these producers to create this really cohesive sound.
So how did Jeffery change things? Like, what was its impact on the hip-hop scene?
Oh, it definitely pushed boundaries. I mean, it expanded the definition of what hip-hop could be, both sonically and visually.
And the music industry took notice, right?
Mm.
It wasn't just a critical success. It actually did really well commercially.
It did. Jeffery debuted at number 8 on the Billboard 200, which is huge for a mixtape. And it got tons of critical acclaim. People were praising its originality, Young Thug's artistic growth, that bold statement on individuality.
And speaking of bold statements, we got to talk about that cover art again. It caused some controversy for sure, but it also became this really powerful symbol.
It did. It sparked conversations about gender norms, about the changing landscape of hip-hop, about the power of art to challenge the status quo.
It's amazing how one image can have that kind of ripple effect.
It shows you the power of visual expression. And Young Thug has never been afraid to push boundaries, whether it's through his music or his image.
With Jeffery, he really made people think, made them question their assumptions.
Yeah, he challenged the norms. So looking back on it now, how would you sum up Jeffrey's legacy? What's its lasting impact?
I mean, for me, it's a reminder that art can be transformative.
Yeah.
It can spark conversations, challenge perspectives, and inspire us to embrace our own individuality.
Absolutely. And it also shows the power of experimentation and evolution. You know, hip hop, like any art form, is constantly changing, and Jeffery was a major step in that evolution.
It paved the way for a new wave of artists who are blurring genre lines, pushing boundaries, creating music that is both deeply personal and universally relatable.
And it all started with Young Thug's vision, his willingness to be different, to challenge the norms, to create something truly unique.
You know, it's pretty amazing to think about how one mixtape can have such a big impact, not just on music, but on culture in general.
It really is. Like you said, Jeffery wasn't just a bunch of songs, it was a cultural moment. It captured this shift in how we see things like music, gender, self-expression. It made people pay attention.
It definitely challenged a lot of people to think differently about hip-hop, to be more open to new ideas.
It wasn't even about pushing boundaries anymore. It was like Young Thug just completely blew past them.
He didn't hold back at all.
Not one bit. He wasn't afraid to show vulnerability, to experiment, to be himself no matter what. And that's powerful.
Especially for young people trying to find their own voice.
Exactly. Jeffery tells you it's okay to be different, to stand out, to follow your own path, even if it leads you somewhere unexpected.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I'm curious what stands out to you, the listener.
Yeah, what parts of Jeffery resonated with you the most?
Did it change how you think about music?
Are there artists you listen to who are pushing boundaries in similar ways? What sounds, what styles, what expressions of individuality really speak to you?
It's something to think about.
Definitely. Take some time to explore Jeffery on your own and really appreciate how powerful music can be. It can challenge you, inspire you, even change you.
Because sometimes those unconventional, daring creations are the ones that stick with us the longest.
Like Jeffery, it definitely left its mark.
And that's a wrap on our deep dive into Young Thug's Jeffery Up. Hope you enjoyed the journey.
We'll see you next time.
Keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep your ears open to new sounds.